So I just got through doing an in-depth, cleaning of my PS4, as you can see by the spare parts around the place. Um, and I cleaned out the heat sink. It was fucking horrible. Everything was horrible because a couple of times I fuck up. I didn't break anything. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that I broke off the power button and I was checking to see if it was bent or anything, but it wasn't bent. So thankfully, thank fuck, that it wasn't bent. But here's the thing: I put in wrong. It's basically the power button. If you can see my hand, hi. The power button is basically like a clip. So you'd have to lift up the top end just slightly as you slide the bottom end in underneath the fucking thing. PS4, shut up. um, but yeah, it took a while. It took a while to actually figure out how the fuck to fix the power button. But yeah, it's basically like a clip. So you gotta slide one end under the motherboard as you lift up the top end to be over the motherboard into that little hole thing. You know, that hole thing right next to the hard drive. Yeah, that's basically where it's supposed to connect, and that's how. Basically, it's a contraption of some sort, because the third thing, the third end of the clip for that power button that goes underneath, it basically is like the the fucking thing that makes it go back and forth, back and forth. That's what makes it click. And then the top and middle are what goes to the power button, which then activates it via the motherboard and the power supply. Um, so yeah, and I would say this is a part two, but just hear how quiet it is now after I clean out the heat sink, the power supply, everything. Yeah, you can't hear anything. You can barely hear anything, can you? Here, let me put the sensitivity up for the audio. Can't hear anything, can you? But yeah, I also have this air compressor because I was kind of scared to go into the power supply with a fucking rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip. So yeah, I cleaned out my PS4 and I didn't fucking break it. That saves me $300. It seems to be powering on just fine, so I don't have to do anything. Saves me $300 and it saves me a lot of trouble because the power supply is now acting pretty fine. The heat sink, the fan, it's all cleaned out. That should last me another 5 years, give or take. The more you know, guys, the more you know. The more you know, because literally, I now know how to get to the heatsink and what way I need to get to the heatsink. And the heatsink the heatsink basically looks like a fucking grill. Like not like a grill like those racks, but it looks like a bunch of bars like right next to each other, like right next to each other. Um Kind of like the grill of a car, when they have multiple layers. It's kind of like the grill of a car. That's basically what it looks like. But I decided to blow that shit out with some air compressor. Thanks, by the way, fucking Todd. um, so yeah, good shit. Because now this will last me another 5 years, give or take, without any issues. At least as far as the fan is concerned. Just wanted to give you guys an update video. I'm gonna be back in the PS4 in no time at all. Later.